to our very first nutrition education session. As you know, I'm Claire and this is Laura, and if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask us.
Right.
So firstly, I'm just going to talk about the importance of healthy eating, especially in old age. So by consuming a healthy diet, you can prevent many chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoarthritis, some cancers, hypertension and stroke. And we know that for people over 65, it's often they have better health if they carry a little bit extra weight. Sometimes people with chronic health problems can put themselves at risk of malnutrition by restricting what they eat.
So, if we have a look at the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating now, which we've got a big version in front of you. So I don't know how many of you saw the pyramid. There used to be a pyramid. This is kind of replacing the food pyramid. So instead of a pyramid, we're looking at a plate. So we've got, as you can see, most of your consumption should be vegetables and grain products. Notice that lesser amounts of dairy, protein, and also fruit. And then off to the side, have plenty of water, which is really important, and also use less amounts of oils, and only sometimes have kind of your junk food, so your lollies, your chocolates, sports drinks, alcohol, hamburgers, those kind of things.
So firstly we're going to talk about grains. So that's half a cup of rice, half a cup of pasta, or 2/3 of a cup of cereal. And so this is just a single serve. And so if we look at your age and gender,
Move on to vegetables. We're just going to show you, this is what a serve of vegetables might look like. So that's of your veggies,
it's frozen.
and of your potato.
Yeah. So it's only,
How stingy.
well, that's just a single serve.
But, yeah, if you note up here, you should be having 5.5 serves a day.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about fruit. We don't have any examples of fruit because everyone knows what a piece of fruit looks like. So it's 2 serves a day for all of you. And so that's something like a medium-sized apple or a banana, or if it's a kiwi fruit or apricot, it's 2, then makes a serve. So meat and alternatives. So here's some little pieces of we prepared earlier. So that is a serve of red meat, of steak. That's a serve of pork, and that's a little bit of chicken. So if you kind of think about it, it's kind of like the size of your palm. It's about, these are 65 grams. Yeah, so you have, for men, for women you have two of that a day, and you have 2.5 times a day.
Alcohol can affect your liver. It can also cause brain damage, high blood pressure, and can increase your risk of developing some cancers. It also can increase your risk of injury through trips and falls if you've had a bit too much to drink. So one standard drink contains 10 grams of alcohol. If we look here, this is approximately the size of one standard drink of wine.
Red about 100 mils.
Yeah, about 100 mils is one standard drink, so it's not much. The guidelines, what they recommend is that for men and women only have a maximum of 2 standard drinks a day, so it'd be 2 glasses of wine that size. They also recommend if you're going to have a bit more on one occasion, have no more than 4 standard drinks on one occasion.
Do you have to have it to be healthy?
No.
And is there any limit, a weekly limit that you recommend?
It's not, it's more of a day thing, so 2 a day or no more than 4.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Some tips to reduce your risk of poor health if you are drinking is to set limits for yourself and to stick to them. It's to start with your drinking with non-alcoholic drinks and then alternate. Refill your own glass, drink slowly, try drinks with a lower alcohol content. So some drinks will be a lot lower in alcohol than others. Don't drink if you haven't eaten anything, because it'll affect you a lot quicker. And try to have a few alcohol-free days each week.
So we just have some healthy eating tips. So the first is to plan ahead. So a planned pattern of eating is often more healthy than an unplanned pattern. An unstructured eating pattern often includes too many extra foods, but if you plan your day, you often will include all of the 5 food groups. Don't skip breakfast. If you skip breakfast, you often get hungrier, and then you're likely to overeat at the next meal, or you're likely to maybe choose a chocolate bar or something when you could be eating something that's more nutritious for you. So, enjoy a wide variety of foods. If you don't enjoy cooking, or sometimes you don't feel like cooking, when you do cook, maybe make more and freeze it and put it in the freezer for a quick meal another day. Manage your portion sizes. Eat a variety of colours and of your fruit and vegetables, so don't always just have one of them. Try to mix and match, and makes it much more exciting. And limit your intake of what they call discretionary foods. So that's these things down the bottom. These are the sometimes foods. In the new dietary guidelines, they're called discretionary foods.
Now is calcium. Calcium, osteoporosis, as you're probably aware, is a big problem in Australia. It's one of the major health problems. Low intakes of calcium, which are found in your dairy foods, have been associated with osteoporosis, and that can result in bone fractures, break your leg or break your arm if you fall over. As you age, it's a really key nutrient because as you age, you lose bone mass. So as you age, you will lose bone mass, so your bones become a lot weaker. That's why it's really important that we do have a lot of calcium. Yeah, that's good. So women as well will lose their bone mass a lot quicker than men will, so it's extra important for women as you get older. But by meeting the recommendations for calcium, you will reduce your risk of a lot of diseases, including coronary heart disease, stroke, hypertension, and colorectal cancer, which might surprise some of you. What type of cancer?
Colorectal. That's going to be mine. Colorectal. My mother.
Like your bowels.
Yeah, bowel cancer.
Yeah. So some sources of calcium. It's traditionally always known that it's in milk and milk-based foods such as milk, yogurt, cheese. It's also found in bony fish, legumes, your leafy green vegetables, so your lettuce, your rocket, those spinach, nuts. Some nuts have a lot of calcium. Fortified soy beverages, and also fortified breakfast cereals have some calcium. So you might have like a Just Right or something like that, and it usually says like added calcium or increased dietary fibre. Yeah, so calcium's been added to it but isn't normally there. So the recommended daily intake for men and women, men over 70 and women over 50, is 1,300 milligrams per day. But that probably won't mean much to you at the moment, so we'll probably focus on serve sizes. So as you can see, depending on your age and gender, you have between 2.5 and 4 serves of dairy per day. So, what constitutes a serve? We'll get some examples. So we've got 40 grams of cheese.
That's usually 2 slices, but if you've got a small block like I did, it's 3.
We've got
Just like two big
Yeah,
slices.
dairy.
40 grams, did you say?
Yeah, 40 grams. So
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
2 slices or around 3 slices.
is that yogurt?
That's
yogurt.
one serve.
Usually, this is 2/3 of a cup of yogurt, but generally about a tub. Yeah. So it's a bit deceiving. It looks like a lot because of the bowls of the yogurt. Yeah. So 2/3 of a cup.
3/4, okay. Yep.
3/4.
Or 1 glass of milk.
Cup of milk.
I can see them from here.
Yeah, or 1 cup of milk. So that's just 250 mils of milk.
So, we girls of a certain age, they are one serve,
Each.
so we need 4 of that.
4 of them
So
a day.
That's a lot.
It seems like a lot, but you've got to remember it also is in your nuts, your legumes, some of your vegetables, some of your fish as well.
And if you have cereal for breakfast, maybe choose a cereal that's fortified with calcium. So you have your cereal and then you have your milk on your cereal.
Tips that might help you increase your calcium intake would be to try to have canned salmon or canned sardines, and make sure you eat the little bones in there because they contain quite a bit of calcium. Add your yogurt to soups and salads and things like that. You can add milk powder to soups and casseroles.
It doesn't. You can't taste it. It's just that home brand or even the milk powder. You just add it in. You can't taste the difference, but it's got the calcium in it.
You can
It's
try
so cheap.
soy products like soy milk, tofu that have been, make sure they're fortified with calcium though. Leafy green vegetables, have some of those with dinner or lunch or in your diet. Buy juices and cereals that are fortified, like Claire said. Have yogurt as a snack, or you can make smoothies or milkshakes as a quick snack. There are a few things, so caffeine, alcohol and low vitamin D will affect the absorption of calcium, so it's just important to note that. Yeah,
So it is
Just the third thing, caffeine, alcohol and
caffeine.
alcohol and
vitamin D. So vitamin D increases
Yes, okay,
absorption.
gotcha. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry. Whereas the caffeine and the alcohol decreases. So if you're having a lot of alcohol or a lot of caffeine, it will affect your absorption. It is recommended though that you try and get the your calcium from your diet as a first resort, and then if you are taking supplements, talk to your doctor about it. So next we're going to talk about some food myths. Food myths.
So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a myth on the screen, we'll read it out and then just tell us whether you think it's true or false.
Whoop. Carbohydrates make you fat. True or false?
I'll say
True. So carbohydrates alone won't make you fat, it's excess consumption. And carbohydrates are a very important source of energy, and they'll keep you fuller for longer, and they'll provide energy for your brain to function.
And you know how some people say that diabetics shouldn't have a lot of carbohydrates or they should have more? That's not true either.
True, the same, but just the
And
same.
it's the same with sugars. They should
Yeah.
have sugars as well. but
Yeah,
it's gotta be
definitely. It's
good
just the
ones.
types of sugars. Definitely.
So next food myth.
Kilojoules eaten at night are more fattening than those eaten earlier in the day.
I'll say true.
false.
I'll say true. I say true.
False.
Oh.
So no matter what time of the day they're eaten, they're just kilojoules. Carrots are good for your eyes.
That's false.
True.
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 Oh. Are they?
Yeah, because they've got vitamin A in them. They're very good for vision. All fats are bad for you. False.
Everyone knows that one.
So there's different types of fats. So we've got saturated fat and trans fats, which are linked to poor health outcomes, whereas the unsaturated fats are really good for you, and they're primarily found in plant products. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
True.
True. So starting your day with breakfast will provide you with the energy you require for your day. Breakfast skippers are more likely to overeat later in the day and make poor food choices.
My housemate doesn't eat till dinner time. And he's always tired.
Well, that's
And I
not.
say, but you have to eat breakfast and you won't be. He's a chef.
Eggs are bad for your heart.
False.
False.
So eggs are a good source of quality protein and omega-3 and contain 10 vitamins and minerals. So the Heart Foundation recommends having up to 6 eggs a week. So you can have 6.
Eggs rock.
Yeah, eggs are great. Bananas are bad for you.
False.
False.
Hooray.
Bananas are a great source of complex carbohydrates and contain lots of vitamins and minerals. Shouldn't eat potatoes or pumpkin on a diet.
False.
False.
Yeah.
Pumpkins rock.
Yeah. So it's just because they're a starchy vegetable.
Can I just add, pumpkins actually aren't a starchy vegetable. They're considered same as lettuce, same as carrot, same as cucumber, but potatoes are considered a
Yeah.
starchy vegetable.